Guys Club, I am on YGO, so I'm going to be showing you some replays today. I'm going to be using Blue Eyes. The other video I pretty much said not using Dark Edition anymore. I'll still use Millennium, so it'll just be Blue Eyes and Millennium. Do I use Shining Sarcophagus? Maybe I might one more time. So here I used Effect Veiler on Primite Dragon. And then I'm like, alright, obviously my opponent might link Spirit Fires of Blue. I don't know why my opponent did that randomly. I'm just like, okay, like, sure. Then my opponent did that. And I'm like, okay, Called by the Grave. You have nothing on the field. You're pretty much finished, right? Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm so... I mean, I get that would help my opponent, sure, but like... My opponent should have just left the dragon there, or even just link summoned or something. Like, is this even Blue Eyes? I don't know. But I'm using Blue Eyes, so... So I summon Sage, got Effect Veiler, Link Summon, Spirit Fires of Blue. I knew I could just summon Magia, so I use my Field Spell, Targeted Spirit, sent Blue Eyes, sent Spirit. Then my opponent used Maxi randomly, and I'm just like, okay, Called by the Grave. And then I don't know why my opponent just didn't use this before. I guess they were scared about a second Called by the Grave, but I don't know. My opponent screwed up. My opponent screwed up. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, is that like if your opponent does something or it can only be activated? Here, I forgot to say something as well. Because of my opponent using this, I couldn't activate Wishes, which is why I didn't summon Dragon Master Magia. And when it said, did I want to summon Maiden, I was meant to say yes, but I said no by accident. Or maybe it was because of Maxi, but something like that. I don't remember. I was one of those, but yeah, I was so annoyed. Then my opponent summoned Kashtira, and I said, fuck you. Ultimate Fusion, Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, destroyed Kashtira. Kashtira Unicorn. Unicorns don't exist, just like you in the graveyard right now. Of course my opponent's using Fiendsmith and Kashtira, of course. They have infinite permanence and Effect Veiler, so I'm chilling a little bit, I'm chilling. My opponent summoned this thing that eats monsters and stuff. My opponent summoned this bitch a lot of people Fap to. Well, I guess people would say Goon to now. This Vampire Dark Magician Girl wannabe. Summoned this Fusion. Did some Fiendsmith stuff. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon's just standing there menacingly. Just waiting and waiting. Then my opponent Link summoned, and that's when I used Infinite Permanence. And I think that's pretty much GG. Yeah. Go Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Just standing there menacingly. There's only one turn. Okay, I wonder what happened. What happened here? One turn. And my opponent's going first. Okay, I must have had hand traps. Oh, yep. That's a crazy hand right there. Oh my god. So I used Effect Veiler on Primite Dragon. Then my opponent used Called by the Grave on my Effect Veiler, so I used my other Effect Veiler. Man, I wish you could do that for Maxi. So I screwed my opponent over. I think my opponent Link summoned, I guess, the Spirit Fires of Blue. And then I used Ash Blossom, I guess. No, my opponent left. Okay. There's like 6 duels in this video, like 6 replays, but yeah, I guess 2 of them only have like 1 turn only. Because this one is also 1 turn. Okay, I guess I just assume I do a lot of Blue Eyes things here. Blue Eyesing all over the place, I guess. That's what happened. My opponent just saw Blue Eyes and left. Oh my god, that's funny. kind of reminds me of this duel that happened. I'll show you after. It'll be like another replay. It's short, but I'll show that as well. Why not? Because something else like that happens. Oh my god. Wow, 4 turns. Alright, finally a duel that has a few more turns than 1 turn. Am I right? You go here. I mean, let me see here. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good going second hand. Not like it's fine. It could be better, but it's fine. Effect Veiler, and then Maxi, because you know my opponent's obviously going to be using Spirit Fires. I mean, just look at their setup. It's pretty much like mine, except they're using a lame picture. I'm using Blue Eyes White Dragon. So yeah, that didn't make my opponent Link summon Spirit Fires of Blue. So unfortunately, I got a little bricked here. Not gonna lie, it's okay. It's okay. I summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. Thanks Konami for just randomly banning, well, sort of making Maiden and Sage semi-limited. Thanks, you know, thanks. So random. I bet you're not gonna touch Malice after like such a long time, but you're just gonna, you know, you're just gonna hit Blue Eyes after like a month or something. Come on, man, fuck off. It was like a month or 2, I'm not sure. So I got rid of Spirit Fires of Blue. Then my opponent used Maiden, so I used Crossout Designator to negate Maiden because hey, I'm also using Blue Eyes. So my opponent couldn't get True Light. Then my opponent ended their turn. I'm like, please, I need something. Good. Bingo machine go. I've won. If you can't negate this. Yep, my opponent couldn't negate it. GG. So I can't summon Magia now because of Abyss being in my hand, unfortunately, but it's all good. I risked it. I'm like, you know what, if my opponent can negate it, all good. And yeah, my opponent left. 9 turns? What the hell happened here? I don't remember this duel. I know I'll probably remember like the duel as soon as I see it, but I just don't remember this duel at all. 6 turns. 9 turns, I mean. What is this? Rosalina and Luma. Luna, I mean Luma. Is it Luma or Luna? I forgot. Yeah, Luma, okay. Luna would be too obvious. So I use Infinite Permanence. Negated that link. Then my opponent used Crossout Designator. You know, I'm just going to speed this up because it's a lot of turns. And I feel like my laptop's going to overheat, which will make me lose like an hour of progress. Well, not an hour, but how long? 30 minutes. Sorry, not an hour. 30 minutes of progress. So let's speed this up, shall we? 3 Fires are blue. Oh, this was against that plant deck, right? Yeah, this was a long duel. I sort of screwed my opponent over with Gozen, I think. Yeah, because this is a wind monster, but my opponent uses earth mainly. So I was just like, oh, okay. You got rid of my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Okay, sure. So my opponent attacked me with that link. Shit. And I got Infinite Permanence. So I was able to just, you know, pretty much summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. I attacked that just so my opponent can only use wind monsters still instead of just like, you know, Rika cards, earth cards and whatever. Then my opponent did their turn. I guess that's Infinite Permanence, but I've only got a normal monster in the field, so who cares? Oh, it was actually not Infinite Permanence. It was some trap card. But I decided to negate that trap card, and then I ended my turn. My opponent, I guess, put a monster... No, couldn't do anything. I guess it was just like a high-level monster. So I got True Light, which I was pretty happy about. Because True Light is a good card now. Wasn't before, but it is now. And my opponent, yeah, left. Oh well. If you're confused by the 30 minutes, because I recorded the Dark Magician video and Blue Eyes video in the same video, and I'm just going to cut them. But I decided to stop the recording, save them, and then just continue recording now because I'm scared of losing that progress. So it's going to be the last duel, but then I'll show you my deck, and then that one replay I was talking about as well. I'll show that one replay after this, and then I'll show my deck. So I'm probably using Infinite Permanence on Spirit Fires of Blue, which I was fine with because I can pretty much do a lot of things here, so whatever. So I used Maiden to get True Light. Then I discarded Wishes to use Wishes. Got Ultimate Fusion and Sage of Fires of Blue. I used Sage of Fires of Blue to get rid of Spirit Fires of Blue to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon. Then I summoned Maiden. Then my opponent randomly used Bestial, Earthworm, Gym. You know, whatever. It's all good. That's fine. I summoned Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I used Wishes. I think I put Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon because I can still summon Dragon Master Magia. Because my opponent... yeah, okay, yep. Yep, that's fine. My opponent got rid of Maiden, so that's all good. So yeah, I can definitely summon Dragon Master Magia now, which is nice. But I forgot to summon it before using that spell card, so now I can't summon it, unfortunately. So I made a huge misplay, but it's not that bad. I can just summon Dragon Master Magia during my turn. But I made a huge comeback just by summoning these two, even though my opponent got rid of Maiden. But yeah, I was meant to use Ultimate Fusion before, I just forgot. And then yeah, my cards weren't destroyed. I kept this in defense position on purpose because I wanted to use Gozen. This is a dark monster. Just in case my opponent is using something mixed with Bestial, where the other cards aren't dark, then that just screws my opponent over. Like, they can't do shit. Like, they can't summon other monsters if it's a different attribute, right? And yeah, my opponent left. So that I had a feeling. I'm like, you know what? People have been mixing Bestial with whatever lately, so I'm just going to gamble here. So I just kept my monsters in defense. It's like, you can't attack and destroy now. Goes in. And that's pretty much why I use Floodgates. Stop mixing shit. Alright, this is the duel I was talking about. It's not that long. I got bricked. I said, you know what? I'm just going to keep dueling. I'll tell you why in a bit. And then, yeah, my opponent saw Blue Eyes and left. I was like, maybe Ashen Droll will carry. But yeah, my opponent left, which was pretty funny. The thing is, now this is the deck, by the way. It's really good. It's been winning a lot of duels. Is this the deck or is it mixed with something else? Because I had two versions where I was using like old Blue Eyes cards. Nah, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, so this is the deck. I'm going to be using a Blue Eyes Fusion soon in another video. But anyway, so that one duel I showed you, the reason why I saved it because I found it funny. It's just my opponent saw Blue Eyes and left, even though I got bricked. Because yeah, I was going to rely on Ashen Droll. But the main reason why I stayed was because if I had won that duel, I would have gone to diamond rank. So I was just like, that's why I'm going to stay. I'm not going to quit. But every time I'm about to rank up to another like tier, rank, whatever, I always just get the worst hand. It always happens. But yeah, I was going to rank up and I was like, I'm just gonna go with it, man, because I want to rank up. But yeah, my opponent saw Blue Eyes and left. I got so lucky. So, but yeah, it's been pretty good. So yeah, next video will be something different. It'll be a bit more interesting. And yeah, it'll be live duels, but something else. Alright, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.